What is up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and I've been playing a ton of The Last of Us Part 1 remake recently. And if you're anything like me and you love this game, you're gonna want to milk every possible second of gameplay out of it, which means that you spend a lot of time getting all the collectibles and crafting materials. Unfortunately, it also means that you spend a lot of time walking around in empty rooms not knowing if you picked up everything. But today I'm going to show you a technique where you can be 100% sure you cleared the room before you move on, and you don't have to spend all this time dry humping walls to do it. So without further ado, let's rock. So a quick disclaimer, I am an able-bodied person, and what I'm about to show you is an exploit in the accessibility options. So if you feel uncomfortable using this technique or you think that it's cheating, I would suggest just, not using it. In my personal opinion, it's a function that was put in the game. This is a single player experience, so the only person's experience that you're changing by using this technique is your own. I would strongly recommend playing this game at least once straight up, especially if you've never played this game before. It's a fantastic game. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I would definitely suggest playing it straight up at least once, getting everything that you can get, but just kind of experiencing the game straight up. And then if you love it, which I assume that you will because it's a fantastic game, and you want to replay it, then I would use this technique. All right, so let's get started. Like I said, we're going to be using the accessibility options. So you want to pause the game, select options, and scroll down to accessibility. One thing that I loved about part 2, among other things, is that it had a ton of accessibility options. I love that AAA titles are finally putting a lot of effort into making a lot of accessibility options, because video games are awesome, and the more people that get to play them because of these accessibility options, the better. All right, so once you're in the accessibility options, we're gonna go down to magnification and visual aids. And then it's already selected it for me, but there's a ton of different options, but the one that we want is the high contrast display. There's 3 different options. You have setting 1, setting 2, setting 3. As far as we're concerned, the only difference is it just changes the colors. As you notice, there's like a blue and a red and a yellow, and this one it's blue, kind of a gray and a yellow, and then in 3 it's a green, yellow, and kind of like I don't know, like a lighter green type of color, more of a gray green type of color. So it doesn't really matter what option you pick. And then you'll just back out of it, and you'll notice that the world looks a lot different than it just did. And what's great about this option is, first of all, as you can see, it highlights everything that you can pick up. So it kind of dulls the environment, and then it highlights everything that you want to pick up. That makes it a lot easier to find things. This is not the best example because there's not a ton of stuff around here. It's pretty easy to spot these things, but I wanted to use this as an example because it was like literally right there. Like the things are right in front of your face and you can see the highlight really easily. But what makes this technique even better is the fact that you can actually turn it off and on by swiping. If you noticed in the options when we selected this, let's go ahead and pull it up real quick. In the little instructions here, it says when enabled, use the left swipe to toggle high contrast display. So basically what it's saying is you can turn it off and on by just swiping. So on your controller, your PlayStation 5 controller, you just swipe and it turns it off. Swipe, it turns it back on. So you can actually turn this on and off, which makes it super useful because it helps you find these things, but it also doesn't break your immersion. Like your experience is not that affected because you can just kind of turn it on and off. I typically use this as kind of a last resort to clear a room. A room like this is, again, not the best example because it's pretty obvious that there's not anything else in this room. So on this one, if I was just using this technique and I was just running through this game one more time, I would just clear this room and then move on. But you have these big like libraries and just these really big open areas, and you're not sure if you've cleared it yet. You can swipe this on, just kind of do a last double check, swipe it off, and move on. And it really, really helps you get everything that you want to get in this game. All right, so that was my quick tutorial on how to clear every single room in The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, as the kids like to say. Consider subscribing. If you do, ding that bell. That way you get notifications every time I post a video. So I do try to post a gaming related video every single Friday. So if you're interested in that type of content, definitely give me a subscription and ding that bell. But until next time, take it easy, guys. What's up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and this is my boy Yoshi, aka Kitty Boy. And we were just talking, and we agree that since you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. You wouldn't want to disappoint Kitty Boy, would you?